Hey, happy Thursday to you, everybody. Welcome to a Thursday edition of 5 Minutes with Phil. It is great to have you joining me here today as we once again unpack God's Word together. And I hope this blesses you. In fact, maybe you can let us know in the comments on either the Facebook page or on the YouTube. Maybe you can just drop us a comment and just say, hey, I am so-and-so. I'm from wherever you're from. And that'd be cool. You don't have to, but we'd love to know who it is that we can pray for. So, drop us a comment if you can. Now, let's go into our Thursday today by taking a look at the book of Ephesians chapter 4. And we're going to start in verse 26, and we're going to go to verse 27. I want to talk about anger, being mad. What do we do with that? Some people think that it's a sin to be angry, and I don't think that's the case. We even have an occasion where Jesus was very noticeably angry. And Jesus never sinned. So what's the issue here? I think we need to know what to do with our anger, and this may help somebody here today. So let's take a look at Ephesians 4. Ready? Starting in verse 26, it says, "In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold." Okay, there's a few things about anger that we need to consider, okay? If your anger leads you to commit a sin, okay, that's where we have a problem. So, for example, if your anger causes you to harm somebody or want to harm somebody, to not forgive somebody, okay, well, that's not good. To hurt somebody. See, God's wired me and you to have these emotions. We feel happy, we feel sad, we feel angry, we feel down. There's so many emotions that God has wired into us. And so to just kind of say, well, that one's bad, this one's good. Well, it's what we do with it that makes the difference. And so Paul here is writing, and he says, look, your anger cannot lead you to a sin level. That's when you've crossed a line, and that's where your anger becomes toxic. Rather, Paul says, don't let the sun go down while you're still angry. Now, this is big because I think when anger kind of festers, okay, when it's prolonged, anger begins to boil, and it begins to become even more dangerous. And Paul warns us here of having prolonged anger. In other words, Paul's saying, if you're angry, okay, you got to deal with it. You got to deal with it quickly. You can't let it fester. You can't let it infect the rest of your life. How many of you know that sometimes when you're angry, that could affect, I've seen it. It could affect the mood of everyone around you. And prolonged anger is a dangerous thing. In fact, Paul goes on and says, don't give the enemy a foothold here. Don't give the enemy a foothold. In other words, don't let the enemy get his hooks in you through this thing called anger. And some of us, we really, really, really need to commit our anger to the Lord. If you're mad at a person, pray about that person. Pray for that person. If you're mad about a situation, and again, we're all there, but that should lead us to pray, not to try to stuff it and just let it accumulate until it blows up. So I really want to encourage us, and me too, I really want to encourage us all on this discipline of dealing with our anger. Let's deal with it swiftly. Let's not let it cause us to sin. And let's definitely not allow it to give the enemy an edge where he can hurt us and defeat us spiritually. All right, take that with you today. We love you. Thanks for joining me. I pray you have a good rest of the day, okay? We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.